Hey everyone, welcome back to the Organic Remedy. So, I gotta ask, is the extra cost of organic food really worth it? Are we being scammed, or are there real benefits hiding under that organic label? Let's dive in and find out. Alright, so let's talk about organic food. We've all seen it, those fancy labels in the grocery store boasting that this apple or that carrot is organic. Organic food has become a major trend in recent years, with people swearing by its health benefits and eco-friendly nature. But what exactly does organic mean? And why is it suddenly so popular? Organic food is grown without synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, or genetically modified organisms, GMOs. It's supposed to be more natural, healthier, and better for the environment. But with that fancy organic label comes a higher price tag. So, the big question is it really worth it? Now, if you're like me, you've probably stood in the produce aisle, staring at two piles of apples, one organic, one not, and wondered, is this organic apple really better for me? Or am I just paying extra for a sticker? Consumers are often confused when it comes to choosing between organic and conventional produce. The organic label makes us think it's the healthier choice, but is it always the case? Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's start with the basics. What does organic really mean? Organic farming practices aim to enhance soil and water quality, reduce pollution, provide safe, healthy livestock habitats, and enable natural farm animals' behavior. Organic foods are grown without synthetic pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers. They also avoid genetically modified organisms, GMOs, growth hormones, and antibiotics. For a product to be labeled organic, it must meet specific standards set by regulatory bodies like the USDA in the United States or the EU organic label in Europe. These standards include strict guidelines on how food is grown, handled, and processed. But do these regulations guarantee that organic food is better for you and the environment? Health benefits are one of the biggest selling points for organic food. Proponents claim that organic foods are more nutritious and safer since they don't contain synthetic pesticides or GMOs. Some studies suggest that organic foods may have higher levels of certain nutrients, such as antioxidants, and lower levels of harmful chemicals. However, the differences are often small and may not have a significant impact on overall health. Environmentally, organic farming practices can be more sustainable. They aim to reduce pollution, conserve water, reduce soil erosion, increase soil fertility, and use less energy. Organic farms also tend to promote biodiversity and use natural methods for pest and weed control. However, organic farming can also have drawbacks, such as lower yields and higher land use, which can offset some of the environmental benefits. To understand this, we need to talk about what it takes to get that organic certification. Organic farming follows strict guidelines. Farmers have to use natural substances in physical, mechanical, or biologically based farming methods to the fullest extent possible. There's a lot of paperwork and annual inspections involved. This process can be pretty costly, which is one reason why organic food tends to be more expensive. The certification process is rigorous. Farmers must manage their soil fertility, crop nutrients, and pest control through natural methods. They can't use synthetic chemicals or fertilizers. Instead, they rely on compost, manure, and other organic matter to enrich the soil. This can be more labor-intensive and time-consuming compared to conventional farming practices, contributing to the higher costs. Health-wise, some studies suggest that organic foods can have higher levels of certain nutrients, lower levels of pesticides, and less cadmium, a toxic heavy metal. But the differences are often small, and the research isn't always clear-cut. One study might say organic tomatoes have more vitamin C, while another says the difference is negligible. So, it's a bit of a mixed bag. For example, a comprehensive review of 343 studies published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that organic crops have higher antioxidant levels compared to conventional crops. Antioxidants are beneficial compounds that can help protect our cells from damage caused by free radicals. But does this mean you'll be significantly healthier if you eat organic? Not necessarily. The study also found that the differences in nutrient levels might not have a significant impact on overall health. Environmental benefits are a big selling point for organic foods. Organic farming tends to be better for the environment because it promotes soil health, reduces pollution, and conserves water. It also encourages biodiversity and uses less energy overall. That sounds great, right? But it's not always that simple. Organic farming practices can help improve soil health by increasing organic matter and microbial activity. Healthy soil can retain water better and reduce erosion. These practices can also reduce pollution because they avoid synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, which can run off into waterways and harm aquatic life. Additionally, organic farms often use crop rotation and cover crops to improve soil fertility and prevent pests naturally. However, organic farming isn't without its challenges. Because organic farmers can't use synthetic pesticides, they may have lower yields compared to conventional farms. This means they need more land to produce the same amount of food, which can lead to deforestation and habitat destruction in some cases. Plus, organic produce can still be transported long distances, increasing its carbon footprint. So, the environmental impact of organic farming can vary depending on the specific practices and the context. Alright, time for the juicy part, debunking some common myths about organic food. Here are 5 myths and the truths behind them. Myth 1: organic food is completely pesticide-free. This is a big one. Many people believe that organic food means no pesticides whatsoever. However, organic farmers can and do use pesticides, but they're usually derived from natural sources. These pesticides are generally less toxic and break down more quickly than synthetic ones. However, they can still be harmful in large amounts. So, while organic produce may have fewer pesticide residues, it's not pesticide-free. For instance, organic farmers might use neem oil, a natural pesticide derived from the neem tree. Neem oil can effectively control a variety of pests, but it's not without its drawbacks. It can be toxic to bees and other beneficial insects if not used carefully. Similarly, organic farmers may use copper-based fungicides to control plant diseases. While copper is a natural element, it can accumulate in the soil and become toxic over time. Myth 2: organic food is always healthier. Another common belief is that organic food is always healthier. While organic produce often has fewer pesticide residues, the levels found in conventional produce are typically well within the safe limits set by regulatory agencies. Nutritionally, the differences between organic and conventional foods are often small. For example, some studies have found higher antioxidant levels in organic produce, but the overall impact on health might not be significant. For example, a study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that organic strawberries had higher levels of antioxidants and vitamin C compared to conventional strawberries. However, the difference wasn't huge, and the overall nutritional content of both types of strawberries was similar. The key takeaway here is that eating more fruits and vegetables, whether organic or conventional, is more important for your health than worrying about the organic label. Myth 3: organic farming is always better for the environment. Organic farming has many environmental benefits, like promoting soil health and reducing pollution. However, it's not always more sustainable than conventional farming. Organic farms often require more land to produce the same amount of food because they typically have lower yields. This can lead to deforestation and other negative environmental impacts. Plus, organic produce can still be flown in from faraway places, increasing its carbon footprint. For example, a study by researchers at the University of Minnesota found that organic farming systems tend to have lower yields than conventional systems. On average, organic farms produce about 25% less food per acre. This lower productivity can lead to the need for more land to meet the same food demand, potentially contributing to deforestation and habitat loss if new land is brought into cultivation. Moreover, the carbon footprint of organic food can be significant if it's transported long distances. For instance, an organic apple imported from New Zealand to the United States might have a larger carbon footprint than a conventionally grown apple from a local farm. Myth 4: organic means non-GMO. Many people think that organic food is automatically non-GMO. While it's true that organic standards prohibit the use of genetically modified organisms, not all non-GMO food is organic. Non-GMO simply means that the food doesn't contain genetically modified ingredients, but it could still be grown with synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. To elaborate, the USDA organic certification ensures that a product is grown without synthetic chemicals and GMOs, but the non-GMO Project Verified label only guarantees the absence of GMOs, not the farming practices. So, a product with the non-GMO label could still be conventionally farmed with synthetic inputs. This distinction is crucial for consumers who prioritize organic farming practices for their perceived environmental and health benefits. Myth 5: Organic food tastes better. Taste is subjective, and while some people swear that organic food tastes better, there's no scientific consensus on this. The flavor of produce can be influenced by many factors, including the variety, growing conditions, and how fresh it is. So, an organic apple might taste better than a conventional one, but it could also just be that it's a different variety or was picked at peak ripeness. For example, a study published in the journal Food Quality and Preference found that participants could not consistently distinguish between the taste of organic and conventional tomatoes. The study suggested that factors such as variety and ripeness at harvest play a more significant role in flavor than whether the produce is organic. Therefore, while some people might prefer the taste of organic food, it's not a universal truth, and conventional produce can be just as delicious. So, where does this leave us? Well, organic food does have its benefits: potentially higher nutrient levels, fewer pesticide residues, and environmental perks. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's not without its flaws. If you're on a tight budget, don't stress too much about buying everything organic. Focus on eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, whether they're organic or not. The health benefits of consuming more produce far outweigh the potential risks associated with pesticide residues. Plus, washing and peeling your fruits and veggies can further reduce these residues. When it comes to environmental impact, consider buying local produce. Local food often has a smaller carbon footprint since it doesn't have to travel as far. Supporting local farmers can also strengthen your community's economy. And if you can afford to splurge on organic for certain items, go for it. Some people choose to prioritize organic options for the dirty dozen, a list of fruits and vegetables that tend to have the highest pesticide residues when conventionally grown. These include strawberries, spinach, and apples. Just remember that organic isn't synonymous with healthy or environmentally friendly in every case. It's essential to consider the broader context, including farming practices, transportation, and your personal health and budget priorities. Between us, we eat all organic at home. Personally, I'm the type of person that I'd just rather be safe than sorry. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on organic food? Do you always buy organic, or do you mix it up? Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more myth-busting content. Also, be sure to check out our next video, adding these 10 natural ingredients to your tea and coffee to fight diseases. It's packed with tips on how to boost your health naturally, so don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.